G'day and welcome back to more Space Engineers DIC expansion. I may have gotten a little bit excited without you guys and done some building. So it all started because I wanted to sort of try and get a design down for some sort of a space-based miner. Something we can take to the moon, basically. And mine up some silver and some gold, which is going to be the next project. And this was the original thought. I wanted to go with a small grid. And I came up with this after several attempts and finally gave up on it because it was going to be too long, basically to fit everything I wanted on there. Yeah, it was going to turn into a really long and narrow ship, which I didn't want to go mining with. I thought that'd be quite terrible to try and turn in tunnels with such a long base. So I scrapped it, and then I built this monstrosity. So, it's pure hydrogen based. So basically we had two options. We could either go with atmospheric thrusters and hydrogen thrusters, or we could just go straight hydrogen and make sure we've got enough ice and enough hydrogen to keep us going, basically. So that's the way I went pure hydrogen, just purely because we're not going to be spending a great deal of flying time in atmosphere. We're only going to be entering and exiting the atmosphere. So as long as we've got enough thrust for that, it'll be fine. And the rest of the flight time is going to be in space or very, very low gravity. So we've got 2 hydrogen tanks and 4 hydrogen or H2O2 generators. I've got 1 oxygen tank, which is all plumbed up to the cockpit. If I can get myself unstuck, that would be brilliant. So there's the cockpit. 2 gyros. I'm not 100% sure if that's going to be enough, but I guess we'll try it out. We've got 10 small thrusters pointing backwards, so hopefully that'll be able to keep us afloat while we tilt down if we need to. We've got 2 massive thrusters underneath. So these are the ones we're going to be using to enter and exit the atmosphere. We've got 1 large for reversing. Hopefully that should be, well, for forward thrust. That should be enough to at least keep us afloat if we need to tilt up while we're mining. Sideways thrust is going to be very iffy. We're going to have to be very careful with our roll because we've only got 5 small thrusters. So yeah. It weighs 460,000 kilos without any cargo. We have 4 small cargo containers, which honestly is next to nothing compared to how much we can fit in the drills. We can fit 70,000 liters. I'm pretty sure a small cargo is only 46,000 liters. And we've got 12 drills. I'm not 100% sure on this layout, but I'm hoping that this will be able to drill out everything and not leave any voxels for us to run into. I am quite worried about this corner down here. I think this might cause us some issues because there's 2 drills sort of backed up away from that. So I'm not sure. We might have some issues with this. We've got 4 sorters and 4 connectors running as ejectors. And that's pretty much it. It doesn't have an antenna. Oh, it does have a large ore detector, which is one of the main reasons why I wanted to go with large grid, is because it's going to take us a long time to find ore and I want the best possible chance. So we need the large grid ore detector to do that. And I could mount a rotor on here and attach a large rotor part to it and do it that way. But then we have an issue with we have subparts, subgrids, and the dampeners cannot account for the weight of subgrids, so it'd be really difficult to fly, especially if we're trying to mine and we're inside of like a fairly tight tunnel and we've got to constantly bob up and down. It'd be an absolute nightmare. So rather than doing that, I'd just rather go with the large grid and not have any subgrids at all, just so we can have the most stable flight as we can possibly achieve. Now, there is one problem with this build so far. I don't have a connector to dock, which is going to be crucial. Now, I am hoping I'm going to be able to fit it in here in between these two thrusters, but I can't check that until we get some ice in this thing and get it off its stand. So let's go and do that. And let's grind it down. And actually, let's get rid of that connector that's up the top here as well, so we can start getting some oxygen in this tank. Yeah, so that one can go. And I think the next one can go as well. That's, yeah, it's connected to the battery and everything. That's fine. And do we have a... No, we don't have a port there. That's fine. Pretty sure we can get rid of that one without any problems. There we go. There's a port. Okay. Now I've temporarily named this thing the Gatherer. But I'm open to suggestions if you have a suitable name for this craft. It's a very odd shape, and I don't know. It's kind of cool. I really hope it's functional. Is this thing tilting, or is that just because it was grinding and... No, I don't think so. Wow, it's got a lot of roll. Oh yeah, I think 2 gyros is plenty. I think we're looking pretty good here. All right, let's just do a little cheaty save there. So I want to see if we can make it to the ice lake so we can mine some more. I have no idea why I keep going back to this one spot, but I'm doing it anyway. The reason why I'm not tilting all the way over is because I'm not 100% sure if those 10 thrusters or whatever I've got will be able to hold it. And it looks like we are going to have some issues mining because the drills just, they don't do a big enough range. So you can see the sideways thrusters are actually getting caught on that lip. So the design is flawed, which is a shame. So it means you've got to put a drill right on the very fucking edge of your build for it to actually work. I mean, right click mode would probably be able to do it because it drills a lot bigger area, but you don't actually get to keep any of the ore then. So we're going to have a severely bad time trying to mine with this thing, unfortunately. What are we up to? We're up to 850,000 kilograms. Seems to be holding its weight pretty good. And we'll need to get rid of these as well. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Yep. How about these two? Oh, well, these two are definitely connected now because they're straight into the generators, but I don't think they were connected before. So I made a terrible mistake in my design process. I think everything else is fine. Guess we'll just have to hope. How the fuck did I manage that? Oh, it was because I added these thrusters later. Yes. So there was a conveyor port there. I thought I got everything connected again, but obviously not. So yeah, those 4 orange thrusters there, they were added later because I felt like we needed some more. All right, well, if that's the case, let's get rid of this greebling that we've got down here and replace it with some functional blocks. Okay, cool. Let's jump in here. Thrusters. Let's grab all of the hydrogen thrusters. We'll add these two to the list. Turn them on and then off. All right, well, at least we'll be able to, yeah, because we've got drills all around the outside now, so we'll be able to just keep drilling into a hole without worrying about clipping shit. And look at that, we're at 75%, 88%. Did we run out of ice? We've run out of ice, haven't we? Shit, hungry boy. All right, let's take this guy out then and get some more ice. All right, see how we go now. Oh, I think there might be a gap in the drills. Which is going to be a huge problem. Yep, there's a gap there. We're gonna just absolutely obliterate that fucking landing platform. There we go, connected. How are we looking? Yeah, it's basically no point having the containers on board, the cargo containers. Everything just gets stored in the drills. We've got 20 of them and they all carry 70,000 liters each. Oh well, live and you learn. So yeah, you're better off just filling it entirely with drills. I'm not sure how you do the reverse thrust though. Because especially hydrogen thrusters, these need, I think it's like 5 blocks clearance. And you can't hang them off the side because then they get stuck. So they've got to be behind this drill wall. Yeah, I'm not sure how you do it. You'd have to have this separated, have a big empty void in here for your reverse thrust. Whatever, we'll sort it out. All right, I'm gonna, Jesus Christ, I'm gonna make some slight adjustments again. Just having a look at this, like I was thinking of how we could fix it, and if we could keep this pattern going, I think we would have a lot more success in the drilling. So rather than having a drill in the middle here, if we have 2 drills, one there and one there, and then we put a drill here, that would be a lot better, I think. So we'd have 1, 2, 3, and then we get rid of that one there. And we do the same up here. So we lose 2 thrusters, but we gain an extra 2 drills, essentially. No, we gain 4 drills. All right, so that means we're gonna have to move my pretty lights and everything. We could go like that. All right, yeah, I think that'll be pretty good. There's no visibility at all. That's all right. All right, let's see how this goes. Holy shit, what a fucking monstrosity this is. These drills are really heavy too. How much does this thing weigh now? Oh, I can't tell properly because it's got ore in it. Yeah, we're loaded up on ice. Okay, let's go control panel. Let's add the extra drills. All right. Here we go. We're going off into space. Let's turn the lights on. And I just want to take another blueprint of this now that I've added those drills and I've got those catwalks on there. Edit, rename, replace. Oh, it's repairing the thing. My bad. All right, let's do it. I don't have override for the thrusters, so I need to make sure I don't max out the speed, which is 200 meters a second for a large ship. Otherwise I'm just burning hydrogen without any benefit. So I've turned the dampeners off so it won't try to slow us down. And where's the moon? It's over there. Fucking hell. It's a mission and a half to get over there. I'm not 100% sure if we can get silver and gold on asteroids with this mod. Shit. Maybe I should look it up. Although eventually I do want a moon base anyway, so if we can, yeah, we'll just go straight over there. All right, once we get out of the gravity well, I'm going to make a GPS. And this is for the future. So in the future, we're going to have jump drives going from planets. And so we want GPS markers just outside the gravity well. I should probably check for asteroids. Holy shit. Rather than just going up blindly. Alright, 0.08 Gs. Nearly out of the gravity well. We've got a few asteroids around us. There it is. We're in gravity. When you can see the particle effects, that normally means you're out of the gravity well. Did I say I'm in gravity? I meant I'm in space. All right, let's turn on the dampeners. Come to a halt. And I think we'll use our forward thrust or backward thrusters to stop. Come to a complete stop. All right, let's add a GPS marker, which is going to be called Earth. Actually, no, we'll call it staging Earth. And we don't actually need to see it. It's just I want it. All right, now we could fuck around and check these asteroids, or we could just head straight over to the moon, which is going to take a while. Where the fuck is it? There it is. And I think that's what we're going to do. Just line her up, thrust into that direction, turn off the dampeners, build up our speed. Up to 200 meters a second. There we go. And we can even turn off the thrusters. So I haven't spent much time in Space Engineers, in case you hadn't already noticed. I've got over 1,000 hours in the game, and most of it has been on the Earth planet. I've not spent very much time at all in space. So this is a new experience for me. Just waiting until until those particle effects disappear, and that's when I'll know we are within the gravity well of the moon. So we want to get down as low as we possibly can and just scan the surface of the moon for a nice big silver deposit and a nice big gold deposit. Before we get too carried away, let's make sure. Yes, good. That's on 150. Okay, that was surprisingly easy. Looks like we've found silver. Now, gold is definitely going to be a lot harder. I think the moon is actually the best place to get silver, but there's only a small chance to find gold on here. So let's create a new GPS marker for silver, which is a G. And actually, let's label this as a moon deposit.